What's up, nerds? Pseudo Legends, aka really powerful Pokemon. Here's how to get them in Pokemon Legends ZA. Alright, so we're gonna do this in National Pokedex order. So we're gonna start off with Dratini. So Dratini spawns right here in Blah Sector 9. But yeah, it kind of ran away, so it spawns here, I promise. No, don't run away. No. Also, Dratini seems to spawn exclusively on rooftops. I'm showing you where to catch like the first form of these pseudo legends, but there will be a way to catch pretty much every like pseudo legend, like the final form, later in the game, which I will show you at the end of this video. Also, some of the locations we're going to go over are a little spoilery, so whenever we get to those, I'll throw up like a little spoiler warning as well. Dratini is also going to spawn here in Jeune Sector 3. Again, on a rooftop. Also, I highly recommend trying to unlock all of the Holovators, because those will make getting these Pokemon a lot easier. Otherwise, you'll be doing like a lot of parkour. Maybe throw down a hard save too, because they like to run away. No! He's gone. Another area that Dratini is going to spawn is right here in the Magenta District. Throw the map up a little longer. Looks like it's in between, or it's on this rooftop here in Magenta Sector 8. This one right here. Next up is going to be Larvitar. So Larvitar spawns in Wild Zone 15, but you have to enter the Wild Zone from the roof. So to get there, we're going to go over to this Holovator right here on Hibernal Avenue. We're going to go up. Whoop. I'm going to take this little spiderweb bridge. And bam. Two of them right on top of the roof. Another area where Larvitar spawns is in this like little area in Blah Sector 7. Yay. Again, I'll throw up a location here. But yeah, it's in this area in Blah Sector 7. There's also a Holovator, so it's super easy to get to. You can also come to this area in Jeune Sector 6 on top of this rooftop here. Again, like Larvitar is one that spawns pretty much exclusively on rooftops. So next up in National Pokedex order would technically be Beldum, but like I said, some of these locations are kind of spoilery, so I'm going to leave Beldum for last. So let's figure out where Gible spawns. Yo, totally forgot about this little goober, but to find Bagon, we're gonna go to Wild Zone 18. It's literally gonna be like tucked away in like this little corner. Right here. It's like right through the main entrance. Also, there's an Alpha Salamence. Gible is a pretty easy one. It only spawns in Wild Zone number 8. The problem is, these Pokemon are out for blood. They will hunt you down until they know for sure you are dead. Gible also spawns like in these like, little craters here. So the only way to know when there's a Gible in one of these like little holes is just by like running up to it and waiting for it to spawn. Oh, there he is. I'm dead. Wild Zone 8, dude. My Pokemon are level 70. This place is, like, no joke. Alright, next up we have Goomy. Goomy is going to spawn in underneath Lumiose in the sewers. Yummy. Alright, there he is. Found him right around the corner here. So next up is Beldum, and like I said, Beldum is kind of like a spoiler, in like a spoilery location. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to kind of, you know, figure out if you want spoiled or not. Alright, Beldum is going to spawn right in this area in Lysander Labs. Whoa, there it is. I've only shown you where like the first forms are, so you really just have to like evolve them. So let's just go over real quick like how to evolve these Pokemon into like their middle forms. Alright, Dratini will evolve into Dragonair at level 30 and then into Dragonite at level 55. Likewise, Larvitar will evolve into Pupitar at level 30, and then Pupitar will evolve into Larvitar at level 55. Beldum evolves into Metang at level 20, and then into Metagross at level 45. Oh, that's pretty early, actually. Bagon will evolve into Shelgon at level 30, and then Salamence at level 50. Gible will evolve into Gabite at level 24, and then Gabite evolves into Garchomp at level 48. And then Goomy will evolve into Slagoo at level 40, and then will evolve into Goodra at level 50 after leveling up in the rain. Or I guess in this game you don't have to level it up in the rain, I think it just has to be raining, and then you can just manually evolve it from the menu. Another quick tip here is, like, if you're trying to, you know, evolve Slagoo into Goodra, you can literally just, like, force spawn the weather just by sitting on a bench and then killing some time and just, like, resetting, like, the day and night cycle. Alright, guys, look, it's raining now. Yay. So let's say you don't want to go through, like, the hassle of, you know, like, evolving, you know, like, the pseudo legends. All of, like, the final forms do spawn in the wild. So if we come to Wild Zone 18, right off the bat, we have an Alpha Salamence. So all, like, these final forms, like, they do spawn as alphas. So they're, like, this one's level 62. So they're really high level, so they're going to be really hard to catch. As for the rest, though, this is, like, kind of spoilery, so I'm going to throw up yet another, like, spoiler warning. But to catch the rest, we're going to fly over to Wild Zone 20. And let's take a look here. Alright, okay, so 2 alpha Pokemon will spawn. 2 to 3 alpha Pokemon will spawn underneath the tower here. And if you don't find the Pokemon that you're looking for, all you have to do is just either leave and fly back to Wild Zone 20. Or you can just sit on a bench and, like, reset the day. So we had Pangoro and Kangaskhan before. Now we have Dedenne and Hawlucha. So literally, pretty much what we're going to just do is keep resetting until we find the Pokemon that we're looking for. Now there is, like, a big pool of Pokemon that spawn here, so it might take a little bit to find the one that you're looking for. Alright, there we go. We got Alpha Metagross already. And these alphas are going to be around, like, level 70. That one's level 63. This one's level 64. Yeah, so, like, super high level still. You won't have access to this area until after you reach credits. So you have to beat the game first. So every single pseudo legend except for Salamence, which I showed you earlier, will spawn under here. You just have to, like, keep resetting the day-night cycle to get them to spawn. But that's how you get all the pseudo legends in Pokemon Legends ZA. Also, justice for Hydreigon. Where's he at? Not in Lumiose. Like and sub for more Pokemon content. Love you. Bye.